This is a story about when I was at a convent school in Scotland. And it's difficult for you listening to me to understand what it was like during World War II. But there were a lot of refugees in the British Isles. Many of them refugees from Poland. Sort of a Catholic country. And some of them were quite wealthy and managed to have the necessary money to send their girls to the school I was at, Convent of the Sacred Heart in Bridge of Erne, Scotland. And one day, there was one of these Polish girls, and I can still envision exactly where we were in the school. And she was crying her heart out. She was buried in tears. So, of course, 14 or 15-year-old me, I said, "What's up? What's wrong?" And that caused another spurt of tears. And he said, "It's my brother. It's my brother. He's alive." Strange. Why are you crying? Because your brother's alive. Well, when we left Poland, he was left behind. He didn't come with us. And we haven't heard from him. We thought he was dead. And he's alive. And this boy, and he was just a boy, he was probably 2 or 3 years older, 17, 18 years old, had walked and maybe hitched a ride across occupied Europe for I don't know how long, probably, I would guess 9 to 11 months, to cross a country which was occupied by the enemy, when every time he stopped and scrounged a meal or a bed from somebody, everybody was putting themselves at risk of death. Terrifying. And his family had given him up for dead. He had walked or hitched a ride or travelled somehow across, and you look at a map, see the borders of Poland, across through occupied Europe, through France, and down into Portugal, which was neutral. And he was alive, and his sister was just so overwhelmed with relief and joy and all the rest of it, she couldn't stop crying. It was an amazing experience for me, who was probably 15. I can't remember how old I was. I had such admiration for those people. You know? Anyway, that's my story of wartime terror, if you like.